You've got a Jin, now you've got the Bio-Arcane Barrage, the Living Artillery, that gives you that extra range. Lots of additional range here coming out of this Kog'Maw.
Oh yeah, I like this. It's some serious...
This is maybe 10 to 15 seconds earlier than you would normally expect.
Exhaust, net, here we go. The tongue is on, and he's going to actually have to flash away, but he's rooted up, and Joko coming on in. Vander gets the eat on, and it looks like we're in for first blood.
Getting that first blood down as red buff, which you'd think they're equal on buffs, but red buff Rek'Sai is difficult to trade with. Look, walks in, Pridestalker now has the red buff for his own, but look, the trading damage has already gone in his favor. Hang on, he's got to be careful though. Look, he can't afford to go too far.
Oh, he's got the fear, and Pridestalker does turn it around in the jungle fight.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Only scattered a couple of wins, and now Betsy's coming in. He's going to find Joko, teleport coming, special delivery right into Vander, who's trying to get back to the safety of the rest of his team, but there is no tower to defend there. Grey Health going to have to get popped, and Pridestalker is looking for a hunt, suppresses on, and they grab Vander.
Roccat managing to make the best out of it. This now static AD marksman in team fights that'll have great late game shreds, so that does give them some sense of late game insurance on top of that.
Ooh, looking for even more. He had a couple of shots with the Bio-Arcane Barrage and the Living Artillery, but in comes Foxy right now, and he's able to get a two-man stun off, buying time for Pridestalker to join. In for a little bit extra damage, doesn't get the duress, but he doesn't even need it, and Foxy gets the finishing kill. Roccat.
Combo manages to get both Joko and Nukeduck with that knockup, and Roccat able to take that fight.
Yeah, looking to take a Rift Herald as well, but Pridestalker at half his health is kind of sitting in the pit here, goes on to Joko, and only Cabochard is there to give him a little extra defense, and as soon as he hops the Blast Cone, they will trade junglers. But that was a little bit hairy.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, that's the point.
Find himself on the wrong side of this one, although there is a teleport coming in for Cabochard, who does not have his equalizer, and Vitality do not have a care. Betsy trying to walk it out, but Joko getting the Void Rush on to finish the kill off. Roccat scrambling to respond to the three-man.
Stand, but look, Foxy from the flank. Vander's quite low. Cabochard was tanking the Baron for a second. Roccat may look to set this fight up.
He hops over, and this time it's a little bit too early, and all of a sudden Vitality with the patience, they peel right off. They should be able to take down the Warwick. It's Pridestalker, and now there's no more smite available to counter. It's going to be going the way of Vitality. The curtain call has been opened. Jarnan tanks one, dodges a second, dodges a third. The fourth is going to clip him, and Joko's right there to try and cut him off. He wants to get it all done, but Cabochard ends it with the kill. It's 2 for 0. And even that looks somewhat questionable. That's a lot of improvement to show. And here we go. The curtain call comes in, and Jarnan's popped down by one. Another shot hits what did. He's trying to dodge, duck, and dive, and it looks like Cabochard's just going to be able to charbroil him.
And the one time Foxy is pushing out in the bottom lane, his bot lane themselves getting, and then never look back. Swap to the top side, get another tower, look for more objectives, and now they're looking for the fight because they know they have the advantage. They've cut Roccat in half.
There we go again. One more time. Foxy is going to get his ultimate on, and Vitality might have bitten off a little more than they could chew, but they turn for Pridestalker here. Should be able to take him out. Nukeduck firing down the shots. 1 for none to start things off, but let's see what else they can do for round number 2. Nukeduck dodging and diving, and Bio-Arcane barraging, and he's gonna be able to pick up a spree kill onto Foxy. Joko with a two-man knock-up on Burrow, and just like that, they nearly wipe Roccat off the map.
That was a good turnaround in that team. Goes Vitality this way. This might just be a significant enough damage dealt to Roccat that Vitality could end the game.
3-1-4, easy as pie, and Vitality are looking to finish this one off with only Betsy left to try and defend. Pridestalker coming back in at the last second, but Cabochard is getting the burn on, and now Pridestalker's not going to last too long. Down he goes, Betsy on the fountain, and that was a style kill. 35 minutes under that average for Vitality, and they are going to take one kill, one win up in this series. Looking alive, boys. GG.
Certainly showing some strong vital signs at the end of that game was Nukeduck. 5-1-4 on the game. The analyst has talked so heavily about how he is going to be one of the big jungler. So interesting to see Wadid now looking for a pick that goes later on into the game. And because we saw the Syndra in the middle lane, the Corki comes out in response. Of course, Syndra doesn't. That's fair. Roccat, this is the moment.
Here we go.
I've said this before. I said this when Pridestalker came up a little before. Is this it? Cocoon, it's landed.
She's going to be able to get it, throw it down, and he gets the block on, but the taunt does not land, and they juggle the aggro well. Flashing forward, it's first blood for Foxy.
There you go. It's come 8 minutes into the game. That's how long it took. Oh, Betsy.
For revenge. Oh, he flashes, and he isn't able to get the stun off onto anybody. Nukeduck equalizing the kill count.
Yeah, Betsy.
And here we go. Joko is looking to really ruin Pride Stalker's day as he goes skittering forward right into the axe. One level advantage, throws down another one, reckless swing, and that is going to be the end of it. And Pride Stalker, why did he go back in? He's got to rappel up.
What goes up must come down.
Gravity reasserts itself, and Joko gets another one. There we go.
Steelback has no tower behind them now. Faxi can close in.
They're in for a big surprise. The Steelback Tempered Fate is on top of him, and the Tahm Kench is stopped short right now. As Foxy goes forward, looking for a little bit more. The Tahm Kench already burning his flash.
In between him and the Rift Herald, but Vitality want this fight. They want to try and solidify it, but is it just a bait for a fight? Woodid has his ultimate available.
Might be into the 50-50 smite right now. They get the Tempered Fate down onto Vander, and they root up the Olaf, who Ragnaroks, and Vander is going to be caught between all 5 members as they turn right back onto the Rift Herald.
Able to pick up the Rift Herald very...
At the very least, Vitality are going to be able to find something, but with the Rift Herald now spawned, Nuktuk's going to have
in the mid lane as well.
Hard time really defending against that, even though he threw some serious damage down with the rockets and the Foss bombs. Oh, they've actually got him stunned up, but the rest of Vitality is coming to the rescue. Nuktuk's only able to splat a few mini spiders as Foxy actually isolated from the rest of the team. Cabochard getting a taunt on. This time he's able to find Betsy, who's getting low. Steelback flashing forward and back into the belly of Vander as Nuktuk gets the finishing blow.
35 minutes was quicker. So Unicorns, not related to this game. Let's just look at this.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a minute because Joko and Vander were going in. Joko gets juked by Yarna, but he's got the Stand United. There's AD carry is going nowhere. Steelback getting the finishing blow. Now it did being chased down, but they can't.
Yeah, easy taunt flash. It looks like everything's starting to align. The stars aligning for Vitality. This is what they've needed for so long.
They were looking for Foxy, but while he was all distracting the rest of them, it's Nuktuk finishing a kill off onto Woodid with that burst damage.
Sometimes.
More than I do, I'll tell you that much. Vitality started off the Infernal Drake. Very close in the gold game right now. Rocket are looking to try and contest here. Pride Stalker waiting in the wings. He does have flash this time.
Stalker.
And up the rappel. He's going to stick the bangs in, and there we go. Smite Stalker indeed. Now, is he going to be able to get out alive? I don't think so, but that is #worth. And he goes back up and comes back down, and Cabochard finishes him off. It is a 1-for-none on the back of the...
Talking a lot?
Yeah, you got a point there. All right. Tempered Fate once again on to Vander this time. Let's see if they can get the shot. Ooh, Stand United. He is tanky, but is he tanky enough? The answer is no. And the Stand United channel does not even complete.
And that's TP advantage. This is the engage. This is exactly what we were meaning.
Get in my belly looking for Betsy, but he is able to get the knockback flash. Exhaust was on him. He unleashes the power, but Joko just doesn't care. They slay him down, and they're going to get stopped up for just a second. They know where they can and can't be, but without Betsy, it's going to be hard to defend this Baron if they even get that far.
The flash.
Pride Stalker isolated from the rest of the team. There goes his flash once again. They try for Cabochard on the other side, but it doesn't matter because he's able to rejoin up with the rest of the team, and as a unit, Vitality.
This is perhaps one of the best setups for them composition-wise, utilizing this Tahm Kench. Foxy, not in the right place.
Man, he needed to get out of the pit a lot earlier than that. So Cabochard and the rest of Vitality skin him for a pair of boots, and it's time to turn on to the Baron at 30 minutes.
Easy setup for Vitality on that one. They use the Tahm Kench, bring in the Shen, everything. It's another Infernal Drake that is live. And Roccat still don't have their full lineup, but they do have low health Vitality.
Ooh, I thought they had the burst, but how about that for turnaround? Nuktuk with a 5th kill. And if there was any doubt in the minds of anybody that Vitality were going to be able to dish the return fire this series, it looks like that's going that way. And even though Pride Stalker tried to come in for it, it's Smite not going to happen. Vander does get rooted up for just a second, but he's able to spit Joko back out as Cabochard comes around the side, forcing the retreat from Roccat, and there is nothing these guys can do with Steelback finding the finishing.
Kind of appears and gets another taunt, gets another kill, everything goes their way. This fight live.
Yeah, okay, Foxy, he went in. I don't think those numbers work out either. 1v4 usually doesn't, so another kill on the board for Vitality. They got 14 in this game before.
Real options for Betsy to output that damage. You can see Nuktuk has the Infinity Edge alongside that rapid fire cannon after Amor Mortis. Now Vitality want to go again.
The action doesn't stop. Joko's bringing Cabo to the party, and Nuktuk is already going to blow up Betsy looking for the top. Don't even matter about those towers because they're going deep sea diving all the way into Rockat's base once again. Abyssal Voyage coming out for Vander, and Nuktuk finishing off what did. It's only Pride Stalker and...
We talked about late game. It's earlier than is usual for Vitality. They're picking up a win.
34 minutes, they're going to be able to close this one out. A last-minute defense mounted by Roccat, but it will be too little. It will be too late. They just fire it down, and these bees are buzzing. V for victory! How about that? Did not expect to be saying 2-0 Vitality at the start of the day. And there were a lot of close moments, but there is much to be happy about on the Vitality side.
There is, and you can see a lot of the emphasis that Vitality have been putting on their game plan in the last couple of weeks. Nukeduck, perhaps on the best form we've seen from him in a long time, really performing in both games. First game, you bring the Kog'Maw out. It was a little bit more unorthodox. We'd seen it and heard about it doing well. This time it was actually the Corki, the matchup he played into. Finishes that game 8-0-6.
And he did it with the Maw Malmortius.
Well, that's not even a bad thing.
I know, he had a bazillion other items.
He just needed it against the Syndra and just weathers the storm. The fact that